Oh god, this video is going to be so long. Hey guys, I am back with another video. As you can see, I am pre-filming. I know I don't particularly like it, but I don't like to film when my roommates are in the house because they don't know I make YouTube videos. So I just try to like avoid talking to myself in my room while they are home. So anyways, what am I talking about? I got really off topic. Okay. I will be doing a book haul today. So this is a huge book haul because it's got all the books I got in January, which were a lot, and then a couple that I got in December that I haven't done a haul, so I should just haul them, you know? So this is in no particular order just because I bought them so sporadically and randomly, and I just was ordering books left and right, and Amazon packages were just filling up, and my roommates were judging me, and so, you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna start hauling. Some of these are school books and books that I have to read for classes, so I think I'm gonna start with those and then go into the ones that I all bought for myself. So the first book I don't have with me because it hasn't come yet, and so I've just been reading it online from my library's like ebook. That is Odd Girls and Twilight Lovers. It is for my gay history class up until the 20th century, and it is so cool. I love that class, and this book is so good so far. So I'm a little behind on the reading, but it's really good, and I'm enjoying it. So that is the first book. The other books that I have to read for my gay history class are Victory by Linda Hirschman, and we haven't started this one. I think I have to read it for my class on Tuesday, but apparently it's really good. I don't know anything about it because it's for my class and I haven't looked into it, but we'll see how this one goes. Last book that I have to read for my gay history class is Sexual Politics, Sexual Communities by John D'Amelio. Don't know anything about this one either, just that it's for my class, but I'm excited because it's such an interesting topic. I love the class. I'm learning so much and I'm really, really enjoying it. And like people keep asking me like, oh, like how much gay history can there be? Okay, people, there's a lot of gay history. Don't ask me that question. It makes me so angry. For my American Lit class, I have to read a bunch of short stories, and that's typically what we read, and we have this like huge volume of short stories. But the book, I think this is technically a nonfiction narrative, it's not a novel, is The Account, Alvarez Nunes Cabasa de Vega's Relección. I've already finished this one. We had to annotate the heck out of it. Like, let me just show you, like, oh. Is it just me, or do you guys just love annotating? Like, I love just looking at my book and being like, yeah, look at all that highlight, look at all that pen, like, it's lived in. This book is lived in. I've annotated in, like, books that I read for fun. Is that lame? I think that might be lame. Anyways, what is up with this haul today? I don't know what's wrong with me. I read this book, and I got it for my class, and that's all. It's the recount of the first step onto American land and the Spaniards' journey with the natives and yada 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 yada. The next one I got as a Christmas gift from someone, that is What We Talk About When We Talk About Love by Raymond Carver. This was on my Amazon wishlist for a while now, and I haven't finished it. I kind of want to read it slowly because it's a collection of stories about love, and they're very complex stories that you really have to read into. A couple of them I had to like Google some like help and some questions because I was like, I know that I'm supposed to be thinking really thought-provoking things about this, but I don't understand. And like, so I'm trying to work through it, and I think I'm gonna have to read it over and over like several times and annotate it and try and like decode it in order to understand it. But it is very beautifully written. I'm enjoying the stories. I think this was published in the 70s or 80s, and so it's a pretty old book, but from what I heard, it is kind of like a contemporary classic kind of thing. I think it's literary fiction, so I've been trying to get more into literary fiction. So we will see what happens with this guy. Another book that I got sometime in December or January, I'm not sure when, was I Crawl Through It by A.S. King. A.S. King is one of my favorite authors. I love her books. They're crazy and weird, but they're so thought-provoking, and I always enjoy the characters, and she tends to do a lot of like magical realism and things like that. So this one, I believe, follows a bunch of kids who have different, I think, anxiety disorders or mental disorders, and there is a bomb, and one of them is the person who sent the bomb threat. It follows 5 perspectives. I'm just gonna read a little bit of this because it has each person on the back and kind of a little bit about them, and it says under each one, like, Gustav is sending the bomb threats to school, Stanvi is sending the bomb threats to school, China is sending the bomb threats to school, Lansdale is sending the bomb threats to school. No one is sending bomb threats to school. No one is paying attention. No one believes that whatever they do will change anything. And because they believe it, it is so. It seems like I've been wanting to read it, but I haven't started because I feel like it's going to be really heavy and sad and a little scary. So I've been kind of waiting until I'm not sad to read it, because not that I'm always sad, but you know, I don't want to read it right before bed or when I'm feeling down or sad, because like that might just make it worse. So I'm still really excited because A.S. King is really cool, and I feel like this is going to have a lot of social commentary about our education system and our mental health and our testing, I'm guessing. But somebody said this is King's masterpiece. Brilliant, paranoid, poetic, and funny. So we'll see what happens with this one. The next one I have is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. I've already finished it. It'll be in my January wrap-up. Really, really adorable. Favorite cover just ever. I love this book. I don't remember when I bought it, but it's very cute and fun and quick read. I suggest buying it. The next one is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. I have read The Spiderwood Chronicles by Holly Black. I own The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, and I started it and never finished it, so I'll have to pick that one up again, but I just really thought the cover of this was beautiful. And I'd heard somebody saying really cool things about it, and I don't remember who it was. If I find out who the video was, I'll insert their name or put them in the down bar. But I heard them saying really good things about it, so I was like, okay, I'll go out and buy it, and I am enjoying it so far, and it's really cool. It's small, and it's a small standalone fantasy slash magical realism slash whatever the heck it is. I've started it, and I have a lot to say about it, so I'll be doing a review or a book talk on it, but I won't say too much because I want to wait until then. But if you're interested in buying this book, it is about this town called Fairfold. And in this town lives Hazel and her brother Ben, and they have always been fascinated with the horned boy in the glass coffin, which is this thing that's in their forest. It's a boy with horns, and he's laying in a coffin, and they call him their prince, and they are obsessed with him. And the town of Fairfold lives equally with the fae and fairies and humans, and that is the only town that does that. That's why I kind of feel like it's magical realism, because like the rest of the world is completely normal. It's just this one town where everything is a little crazy. And Hazel and her brother has always liked the idea of protecting Fairfold from the bad monsters, even though a lot of them are good. There are some bad ones. And then suddenly the boy in the glass coffin wakes up. Dun dun dun. And this is what happens after, and what happens to Hazel and her brother. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. I really like the rawness and the naturalness of the characters, if you get what I'm saying. So we'll see where this one goes, and you'll be seeing a book talk about it because I already have so many things I want to say. This next book that I bought pretty much on a complete whim. I saw it, I thought it was kind of funky, I checked the Goodreads rating, they were really high, so I picked it up, and that is Poet Anderson of Nightmares by Tom DeLonge and Susan Young. I know Robert DeLonge like wrote for Blink-182 or was in Blink-182 or something to do with music, because I was reading like the foreword to this and I was like, I had no idea that he was kind of a big deal. But it's really like steampunky pretty, and basically it follows Jonas and his brother, who are lucid dreamers, and Jonas's brother Alan gets into a coma, and Jonas wants to contact his brother through dreams. But then when he gets into these dreams, he realizes that there's this thing called a night terror, and he has to, I don't know, battle it or something with the help of a dream walker. I don't know. This seemed really different and funky. I like the pages are really thick, and I'm just really into that because it makes it look really heavy, but I like it. And it's gotten really cool reviews, and I don't know. It seems really funky and interesting, and I'll get to this at some point. Okay, we're nearing the end, folks. Okay. The next book that I bought, I just received in the mail today and opened before this video, and that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I know I'm late to the game. I'm sure everybody's heard of this book. But if you haven't, or haven't read it and are interested, all I really know about this book is that it is a retelling of Cinderella, and Cinder is a cyborg, and that is all I want to know about the book because I want to go into it not knowing anything. As I've mentioned before, my goal this year is to read the Lunar Chronicles, and this is the first book in that series, and I'm reading it with a book club on Goodreads called The Cozy Readers. So if you are interested in joining us in reading this, you can join that, and I will link it below. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. I like the cover a lot. I'm glad I just opened it, and it's so beautiful, and I'm excited to read this one. I'll be reading this in February also, by the way. The last book in my book haul is Wandering Star by Romina Russell. This is book 2 in the Zodiac series. I read Zodiac this month, and I immediately bought the second one because I wanted to know what happened next. Although Zodiac wasn't like the best book I've read in my entire life, I really, really loved the storyline and the characters. So I'm excited to carry on with the rest of the series. And I've already started this, and her writing is already like a million times better. So if you've read Zodiac and you're like, I don't know if I like her writing that much, or she seems a little amateur, her writing has improved so much, and I think I'm going to like this one better than the first one because it's a lot more organized and concise. That is my book haul for January. It was a lot. It was a crazy month. I don't know if all my book hauls will have this many books, but this was just a crazy month of just being super into books because I just joined BookTube. So of course I want to nonstop be purchasing books. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.